why was law the plan for you guys? Why did you choose law school?
I'll let Jatin start because he's the first one that went to law school. So.
Okay.
Sure. I don't know what it was. I think it was probably about grade 10 or 11. I started thinking about what I want to do after high school, and obviously, there's a handful of options, but
Yeah.
I just gravitated toward law, and I started looking into options. If I wanted to expedite it. I didn't want to do a 4-year undergrad and then jump into law school after. So I researched. I'm like, is there a quicker way to do this? But just getting into law, looking back at it, honestly, it's tough to put a finger on what it was, but just something I gravitated toward naturally. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just naturally followed Jatin. I actually started here in MacEwan for 4 years, and about midway through my degree, Jatin joined MacEwan as well. So he started one semester. He did one semester here at MacEwan, and he did one semester up until Jan of 2020 is when he realized that, okay, I want to go to law school now. Right when he decided to go to law school, I think MacEwan had just introduced a legal studies major for BCom. Yeah.
Oh.
So, and I had taken the basic legal 210 or 315. I think they're the business law ones that MacEwan offers. So I did those, and then they introduced the legal studies major, and he had just gone to law school at that same time. So, and I didn't want to do accounting or finance or marketing or HR, supply chain. There's so many. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna take this legal studies major, and then I'll see where this kind of goes. And Jatin left January 2020, and he came back March of 2020 when COVID hit, and he was online for I think a year and a half.
Year and like 4 months.
Year and 4 months. So he did all of his bond, the legal work, law school work from home, while I was doing MacEwan as well from home, doing a legal studies major. So I would look at some of his work, and I'm like, okay, you know what? This is something that I kind of like.
Oh,
I kind of had an interest in it right away. And then I finished the legal studies major, obviously, got my BCom degree, and then I went to bond. And we had I think about 8 months.
8 months to come.
Shared
8 months
together.
shared. Okay. How was online?
It was okay. A lot of you miss the student experience, right? So you miss being on campus, and I was there for 3 months. I loved it. It was so much fun. I met so many people from Canada, so many people from Australia, other parts of the world. So just missing out on that experience, obviously it kind of sucked. But in terms of the studies, it was pretty much the same. But yeah, just the experiences kind of sucked, but otherwise it was the same.
So why Bond University? Why didn't you guys go to the UK or US? Why Australia?
Again, I'll let this right.
So when I researched this back when I was in I think grade 11, I was at Strathcona High School. They had a poster of Bond University. It was one of those posters where you rip the number off, right?
Yeah.
So I looked at it, I'm like, oh, Australia, that's an option, but I'd mostly heard of England. So I actually took a trip to England. I interviewed with 4 schools there.
Okay.
Looked at everything, and I liked it. It wasn't too bad, but I have a close friend of mine here. He's a lawyer. He went to Bond, and he told me, he said, don't go to England. He said, trust me. He went to Bond. He's like, trust me, you got to go to Australia. Don't even visit there. Just take that leap of faith and go. So I researched it. It looked beautiful out there. It looked really nice, and a lot of Canadian students. So I was like, you know what? Sometimes you got to take risks in life, and I took that risk, and honestly, it's probably, I would say, the best decision I've made.
Yeah. But what was the biggest transition from Canada to Australia? Because I know it's there's no snow there, right? It's the weather's amazing.
Honestly, there wasn't much culture shock even when I first went. They live very much like us.
Yeah.
I would have to say probably the insects is probably the biggest culture shock.
The insects are
And we lived together when we were both there, and there were there were days we're watching TV and there's a spider the size of my hand crawling up the wall. And we're both looking at it and we're like, you want to kill it or should I kill it?
We're moving up.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't want to go to Australia anymore.
No, we actually used to keep a bottle of Raid
anywhere
next to our bedsides.
Yeah.
That's
cockroaches
terrifying.
we're all
No, but is there anything that you did in Australia as well that helped you when you came to Canada? Whether that was clubs or any other initiatives that you joined?
I'll let you talk about the CLSA, but
okay. Clubs wise, just the CLSA for me.
Yeah.
It's the Canadian Law Students Association out there. So kind of like the association at U of A or even at the law groups and stuff. The same idea. Except what we would do is we'd cater to all the Canadian students that were out there because there were so many Canadians that were out there that missed home, obviously, right? So we would do a pancake breakfast, pancake maple syrup, right? Tim Hortons coffee, whatever we could do. We'd get the powdered coffee on Amazon and make coffees.
Hockey watch parties and stuff.
We did hockey watch parties and Oilers playoffs.
Yeah.
We actually organized it. They actually have hockey sticks, hockey nets, goalie pads.
We did a ball hockey tournament.
Hockey tournament out there.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So with that group, you kind of find like a sense of home and belonging.
Yeah, you brought the culture from here.
Pretty much. That's what the CLSA does. So I was their marketing director for 2 semesters, and then I joined on for the executive crew as a treasurer for 1 semester. So 1 year I spent on the CLSA up until my graduating semester.
Okay. I want to touch on one more thing that the CLSA did is they actually ran a competition. It was an NHL arbitration. So when players go to arbitration, they did kind of like a mock arbitration. So it gives law students some real life experience to go into an arbitration, or for that fact, just to do any oral advocacy. It's something different. It's something that honestly helped me when I came back. Yeah. I still remember my first day of articling, I was thrown into a courtroom. So, but I felt comfortable. For me, I mooted a lot at Bond. I did the NHL arbitration. I did other competitions. So walking into the courtroom, it felt normal. Yeah. Whereas I know other people that are article or people that have, met, they go in their first day and they don't know what to do. They're scared. So it does make a difference. And a lot of those things Bond does. You do a lot of mooting in your classes. There's a lot of room for competitions, which I think that sets Bond apart from even a lot of law schools in Canada. Okay. Right? Because I think in Canada, there's just the one mandatory moot and that's it. We used to do client interviews, negotiations, arbitrations, you name it, sentencing hearings,
civil trial.
Yeah, you name it. It was all there.
So those things are not offered here in Canada?
Or not many law schools do them.
Not many law schools include them as a part of the curriculum. Okay. So I'll give you an example. Say for criminal law in Australia, it would be a 50% final exam. Okay. 20% is your tutorials, which is weekly meetings that you do with your prof, and it's like a group of 10 to 15 kids. Okay. And you pretty much just go over what you guys learned in the lecture. So 20% is participation in that tutorial. Yeah. And then the last bit of it, the 30%, is a assessment, whether it's written or oral. So I know they don't really do oral assessments here in Canada, but ours would be like my oral assessment was a sentencing hearing. Oh, okay. So the one student would act as the crown, one student would act as the defense counsel, and then you argue for a sentence based on whatever the offense was. And then you argue case law. Like in this case, we got this in the past, so I would argue this.
How did you apply for law school in Australia?
It was online. You did the across the pond for UK, which you forfeited, and then you went on directly through the website.
Yeah. So I used across the pond. I think they do Australia as well. Okay. But pretty much they just help you out because the UK system of applying it's kind of weird. They have like this portal. Actually, it's kind of similar to here. They have like a portal system. Okay. So having your transcripts and stuff sent over, it's a little confusing. But they assist with everything. It's free, no charge. So they assist you with applying to all the universities. They help you pick out the universities you want to go to. But for Bond, it was just a direct application. It was free of charge. Very simple. And then I think there was an advisor. He reached out to me, just made sure everything was in line. The moment I accepted my offer, he helped me with my visa, living, even my phone, my insurance, my phone plan, everything. Right.
For free.
Yeah. That was included through Bond. He was a Bond advisor when I accepted my offer there, is when he jumped on and helped me with everything.
Yeah. And so there was no fee to apply or anything whatsoever. No. Oh, okay. I see. Oh, that's different because it's like there's fees here, right?
There's fees here to apply to each university whether you get it or not.
And I believe the UK is as well. I think it's £150 per school is what I remember.
Oh, okay. So what about the LSAT? No LSAT?
No, never wrote it, never planned on writing it. The issue with the LSAT is that you have to plan to write it. Yeah. And say it's January and say the next LSAT setting is, for example, September. Yeah. So you're sitting from January to September, 9 months, waiting to write an LSAT. Or if you went to Australia, you could have done 2 semesters in that time. And the degree that I did was only 6 semesters. So that's 1/3 of your law degree you could have done while waiting for your LSAT. Now, if you write LSAT, then if you got a good grade or not, would you have to redo it in another year? Law school applications here are start in September, right? Yeah. So at Bond, there's 3 entry points into the program. You can start in January, May, or September. He started in January, I started in September. But in Canada, you can only start in September. So if you miss that, you're waiting another year.
The next year.
So it's a lot faster if you want to just get into it and get started by going abroad.
Oh, okay. See, I did not know that. I thought it was just like every single school is just September. Even undergrad, you can only apply September, and then not even like I think like you get conditional acceptance until like November or like December.
Yeah. So there you go.
Oh, okay.
So now imagine coordinating LSAT, getting a good grade, and then getting it for September. Now, if you miss it, then you're waiting another year. So a lot of students that I was on with tried to do the LSAT program, realized that they're just going to be wasting more time, where they can just finish half their degree in law school versus waiting 1 year to write the LSAT. Makes more sense to just finish half your law degree.
So what was the process like when you guys came back? You still had to do the tests and everything,
we
right?
still had to do the NCAs. So before we came back, I'll just backtrack a little bit to law school in Australia. So they have a Canadian major out there. Okay. So you know how you can major in any degree?
Yeah.
So there you can major in say criminal law or civil litigation or family law. There's a specific Canadian major where they teach you all the Canadian courses that the NCA tests. So Canadian constitutional law, Canadian criminal law, admin law, foundations of Canadian law. So those are 4 subjects which act as a semester at one that they teach you pretty much the NCA course and the materials. And those courses, they know that these Canadian students are going back to the NCA, right? So they tailor the curriculum to target those NCA requirements.
Oh, okay.
Things that you're supposed to study. Yeah. So when I came back to my NCAs, I'm kind of skipping ahead here. I was just fine because I'd done everything.
You already knew the material.
It's like we were rewriting the final exam, was what the NCA was.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't very tough, to be honest. A lot of the materials were the exact same.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, the preparation for these exams was maybe a couple days per exam. Yeah, a couple days per exam. You write it. The only downfall with the NCAs is just the initial application takes a few months. Then having your transcripts, that's probably the longest and most tedious part of it over the exams. Oh. The exams are quick and easy. They're 3-hour exams. You finish it, you're done. You get your marks back in 3 months. And, yeah, they're online and proctored. So I didn't find those to be too tough. But the NCAA did introduce this new course now called the LRW course. It's Legal Research and Writing. Okay. That course, I know a lot of kids did struggle with. I found it to be not the most tough, but decent, right? Obviously, anything that
depends on the person.
Yeah, it depends on the person. If you put in the work, and you should be okay. Is how I always say it. But I do know a lot of people struggled with that, and that was an extra layer they just added in right when I came back. I was the first person in that course, or like in that first class of that course.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Overall, your law school experience was all good and everything?
10 out of 10.
The best thing that we both have ever done in our lives.
I would redo it in a heartbeat. That's what I always tell people.
Seriously? Yeah. So you guys miss it?
Can't say I miss it, but...
Yeah, the thing that I missed was the classmates that I had at that time. Yeah. So if I was to go back now, great spot. But the people that were there that I became friends with through law school, I met people from all across Canada who are now some of my best friends. Yeah. And like I just had my bar call last week. Yeah. And they all flew in for it. They all drove in for it. Yeah. That's a nice.
It's nice having that.
By the way,
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's nice having that network. Like I have a file in Calgary, and let's just say I have something where I need to be in person for it. I have 3 guys I can call and say, hey, look, can you help me out and agent my appearance for me? Or if I need to refer to somebody in BC, I have a few lawyers there. So it's nice having that network, right? Where
for sure.
We were all away from home, and we made our home there and confided in each other.
But now, even besides the legal field,
they're friends.
They're family. Friends and family for life.
Yeah.
Like we went down to Stampede, and they're not a place to stay, so I messaged my buddy from law school, like, hey, we're coming.
We talk every day. We have multiple group chats to the point where our friends from Edmonton, that we've had for years, like my childhood friends, and these guys we've like
from law school,
they're all friends.
Yeah.
So to see that come together, it's you don't never think of it, right? It's one of those things that you don't think of.
Mentally, how was it?
Mentally it was tough. Imposter syndrome, 100%. I still feel it to this day. I'm sure sometimes you still feel it as well. I actually didn't even know what imposter syndrome was until I experienced it, and I was like, I don't think I'm supposed to be doing law, nor do I think I'm doing this correctly. People are trusting me. Am I doing this right? And then I was like, dude, this is just imposter syndrome. Don't worry.
It happens a lot.
It happens to everybody. Once you start in law as like an articling student or even as a lawyer, you kind of get dumped in the deep end. You kind of just like, it's kind of like, okay, here's a file, email, go. Yeah,
go read it, go draft this for me, and send an email to the client requesting this. Go.
And I'm like, I don't know what the law is. I'm not supposed to, I don't know what to ask. I don't know what to say. They think I'm a lawyer.
Yeah. You get thrown in the deep. My first day of articling, I was thrown into a courtroom. Here's a file. Go.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I was just like,
it was tough. I remember in my first week as a legal assistant, not even a student. So I actually started as a legal assistant before I started my articles. Yeah. Because I was waiting for Jatin to finish his articles because he joined our firm. Yeah. And there was no room for me as an articling student because you're only allowed 2. 2. Right? Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'll delay my articles so that you can start. And then as soon as he finished, then I started my articles in May of 2024. And before that, I started in January. So I was a legal assistant for 5 months. And 1 week, and I don't know if you remember this, but I came to this room and I completely broke down. And I'm like, I can't do this. Yeah. full on like I can't do this. This is not for me. And I just kept powering through it, and I'm here now.
So who was like your inspiration? Like, did you guys motivate each other, or was there
honestly
like an outside
our inspiration is, I'd say, it's been Jatin.
My
inspiration.
No, I would say we motivate each other. Like
a lot.
I still remember that day that Milan's talking about. And it was funny because like he was upset, but I was laughing because I'm like, you know what? I was in the exact same boat a year ago. I when I came back from Australia, I was a legal assistant for about a year.
Okay.
In the first 4 months, I was like, why did I do law? I hate this. But then, as you go into it deeper, you start learning it. You actually understand it to a point.
You grow into
and then it becomes second nature to you. It's, a lot of it is, it's just unknown to you. So a lot of the terms we use day to day, if we say it now, you're going to be like, what are you guys saying? But now it's part of my daily language, right? So when you don't understand it and everybody around you keeps using it and they're throwing things at you,
feel like the imposter.
you feel like, oh my God, you feel really overwhelmed to the point where I was like, I can't do this, right? And Milan was in Australia at the time. It was just me, and I was just talking to my dad, and my dad's like, don't worry, you got it. Just take it day by day. Now, it's funny. I see this on Instagram all the time. There's memes.
Yeah.
Anytime somebody asks how I'm doing, I say I'm living the dream. And I don't know why lawyers always say this, but it's true, right? I love what I do. So
that's important.
Yeah.
Imposter syndrome does exist.
It does exist.
It exists. Everyone feels it.
Yeah, and we went to an event that the Law City put on for new lawyers, and they had somebody from Assist, which is the lawyer support network, and they actually talked about it. They said it as well. It's a thing. Every lawyer in the first 3 years of your practice, you will feel it, right? Some might feel it more, some might feel it less, but you do feel it. Like that imposter syndrome is there. I feel it to this day. I haven't been called for a year yet, so obviously I still have a couple of years to go.
Yeah.
But you do feel it, right? It's a part of it. It's normal to feel that way, and I think a lot of lawyers feel that it's not normal, which is why they kind of put it on their shoulders, which they shouldn't, right?
Yeah, but no, it's good to talk about the reality too, right? You should know what getting yourself into, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any other lawyers in the family that you had look up to?
No.
Or you guys are the first?
No,
we're the first two.
My mom's an interior designer and real estate broker.
Okay.
Dad's a custom home builder and also a real estate agent.
Okay.
So nothing to do with law. And that's something we want to do. Some families where the son will follow the dad into the dad's business and adopt it and whatnot. And I've got lots of friends that have done that and they're doing well. But Jatin and I were like, we want to do something different. Because if I want to learn construction, I can learn from dad at home.
Yeah.
I don't need to do a degree for construction.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let's do something different, build that, and then I can also do that on the side with dad.
So you have your real estate license too, right?
I did, and I just gave it up last year.
Oh, you did?
Because it's just too hectic doing real estate and law at the same time. Law itself is already hectic enough.
Yeah.
So doing both side by side is just too much. So I just gave my license up.
So you guys are both at LinQ, right?
LinQ
Law, right? And how's the culture in that firm? How do you guys
It's great. Yeah.
Yeah, two of our best friends actually work there as well.
Okay.
My childhood best friend that I went to law school with, I got him a job there. He's actually done his articles next week, I think. And Jatin's first friend in law school, who's also one of our best friends now, who moved from Toronto to Edmonton for this job, just finished articles.
I met him on my first day of bond in 2020.
Yeah.
In our first lecture, I walked in and I saw another guy wearing a Toronto jersey. I was wearing a Blue Jays jersey. I'm like, oh, Canadian. I'll go sit next to that guy.
Yeah.
So I sat with him, and the rest is history. Now, yeah, he moved here. He articles with us. He's one of my best. He's done his articles.
2 days.
Yeah, he's one of my best friends. So just the whole thing. It's cool. And there's another guy at our office that we met just from work, but awesome. Like our work culture is amazing.
More of like friendly, like let's go out for drinks. And we meet up on the weekend sometimes.
Yeah, we're doing an office dinner tomorrow night.
We have office dinner tomorrow night at the boss's house.
But yeah, even our support staff is amazing. Our boss is amazing. It's
everybody. The dynamic is just
our office dynamic. Everybody gets along.
That's a lot of
I used to work at a couple offices where I was a legal assistant. I have to just be careful. Just like I'm a very cautious person. Just be careful with my own movements, what I do, what I say, even what I eat. Here, I feel like I'm at home. If I'm working, like sometimes I work from home. It's the same if I'm in the office or at home.
Yeah.
It's
like
the same.
a family.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing.
It genuinely is,
Everybody helps each other. Everybody supports each other, and
that's
what makes it.
Right?
Yeah.
You want like a good team morale as well, because then you're gonna actually want to go to work, right?
Exactly. We have a lot of fun at work. Obviously, when most of us are done our work, we do fool around here and there.
We fool around.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing we didn't talk about was like the bar ceremony. So what was like the ceremony like? For those who don't know.
Bar call ceremony. Okay, so what happens is you have to, first things first, during your articles, you have to book in your bar call.
Okay.
So you have to go into the court's website, and then there's a form that you fill out, and then you email in your resume.
Okay.
In that, you put which level of court that you want, because you can select any court. You can do provincial court, you can do King's Bench, or Court of Appeal.
Okay.
Completely up to you. So I did provincial court because that's all only sits at the Court of Justice.
Yeah.
So I had booked everything through there. I think 7-ish months into my articles is when I booked it.
Okay.
So I booked it way in advance, and then they gave me the date way in advance. So I was able to coordinate my party and everyone's invites to come into Edmonton and whatnot.
Yeah.
So once that happens, pretty much that's it. They'll book it in about 1 week in advance of my actual call. So my call was on the 10th. On the 3rd, I met with Justice Allwell. He emailed me saying, "Come to my chambers."
Yeah.
So I actually got to go to the Justice Chambers, which I've never done before. So that was a cool experience. I don't think you've ever.
Nope, never.
To the Justice Chambers.
Yeah.
So I got to go to his
Maybe
office.
that's a good thing. I don't know.
Mine was for
yours is for a good reason.
Yeah. So I got to meet Justice Allwell in his chambers, and pretty much we discussed everything, like who's going to be attending, what my background was, where I grew up, and whatnot, and gave me my whole life story. So pretty much he writes everything down, and then bark all day, pretty much walk in at the time that's scheduled for it, and your principal will give an application to the court for your admission.
Okay.
And it's completely up to your principal how they want to do the application. I've seen applications where it's just very straightforward, to the point. I've seen applications where they'll, rip on the articling student and take that opportunity, laugh, joke around, have some fun. It all depends on your principal. After the principal gives their application, then the judge will talk a little bit, grant the application, you swear your oath, you sign it, they put the robe on you. In the provincial court, you get robed.
Yes.
King's Bench and Court of Appeal, you already wear your robe.
Okay.
After you say your oath, then pretty much it's done. I think you're admitted. And then it's up to you if you'd like to give a speech or not. And then you take a picture with the justice, and then everyone takes pictures with you, I guess.
There's only 2 times that people come to court and leave happy. 1 is adoptions, and 2 is bar call ceremonies, right? So those are the 2 times that people come to court and they walk away happy.
Unless you buy us going to charge with wrong.
Yeah, maybe then, yeah, but...
Sponsored by LinQ Law.
LinQ Law.
Yeah. But yeah, when he said that to me, I laughed. I'm like, that's pretty funny to say. I'm like, I'm like, that's true, right? Yeah, unless you beat a big charge or something, but...
Yeah. And that's pretty much how bar call ceremonies go. One of the biggest obstacles is getting articles.
Yeah.
For internationally trained lawyers.
Yeah.
It's very tough to get articles.
You really got to put yourself out there, and a lot of the time you kind of got to do what we did, is work as a legal assistant at a firm, see if they take you on, or if another firm will take you on based off of that.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that have done that. But besides that, put yourself out there. Go to these events. Saba's a great place to meet people. There's a lot of other ones. The Edmonton Bar Association does a lot of stuff as well.
Canadian Bar
Association does as well. And I think if you're a student, it's free to join them, or it's a reduced rate.
LISA courses are good.
LISA's good for professional development. Yeah.
LSAT courses and mentorship.
So we try to do as much of those even now as we can.
Yeah.
Just to interact with the profession, right? You'll meet. Even though we're in crim, you'll meet other lawyers. Like I now have like a roster of lawyers I can refer people to.
Yeah.
We met a workplace lawyer at an event in Calgary. So now if I ever need anything employment, I've actually sent files to her. Right. So,
LISA courses are really good. We did one down in Calgary for
the Litigation Institute.
Litigation one, and it was for cross-examination.
Oh, okay.
And one of the panelists was, I forgot his name, the lawyer.
Shamsher Kothari.
Yeah. And he was talking about his experience, and he's like, yeah, I've done 30-some murder trials, and we're this is the guy that we want to talk to, right?
There is misconceptions about criminal law as well, right? So many, because we're just exposed to so much like stereotypical,
it's actually really good topic to discuss, and you could probably go on for another hour on that.
No,
I don't know if you've seen Lincoln Lawyer.
Lincoln Lawyer, I've heard of it, but I'm finishing up Suits right now.
It's more realistic than Suits for sure, but still not.
That's a TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the misconception, and we see it a lot now because we're in crim, and let's take, for example, Yag Wave. You know, sometimes you see people post like criminal stuff like this person's released from custody, or this person has just been charged.
Yeah.
So there was one file that we were about to get into, and we saw a post on Yag Wave, and then Jatin and I was curious, we went into the comment section to look. And it's just all the people say deport or guilty or send to jail.
Let the streets take care of this person.
Yeah,
and I'm like, it's just an allegation.
It's just an allegation, right? Because you're innocent until proven guilty, right?
It's just an allegation,
but people don't understand that. People think that if you've been charged, you're guilty. You did it.
And I don't think when people understand how easy it is to get charged in the day that we live in.
Yeah.
If I walk into a police station today and I say Milan assaulted me, I'll give a statement. most likely by, it's 3 o'clock now. By 7, 8 o'clock, they'll pick him up and arrest him for assault.
They'll arrest me, give me a proof of this, and you're charged with assault.
And they'll say, you know what, you might be innocent. Deal with it in court. Right? They leave it there.
Yeah. Now imagine Wave takes that, posts a picture of me saying, lawyer charged assault.
Right away they're gonna say dispor him.
Right away they're
gonna see the color of his skin, deport him. The usual culprits. I see that all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Right. So a lot of people just jump on it, and I'm like, it's
people forget about the presumption of innocence.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the biggest things of a democratic society is the presumption of innocence. We don't live in a country where
you're guilty and you're proving your innocence.
Yeah, it's a reverse onus situation. Yeah, where you're proving your own innocence, and
that's where you guys come in.
Yeah, that's where we come in.
But it's crazy to see that a lot of people, a lot of Canadians, they jump on people and they're like, no, guilty, deport them, let the streets take care of them. I even saw people say, I'm going to show up to that person's court date. And I'm like, that becomes a safety issue for not just the client, but for us too. I don't want somebody going and keying my car outside the courthouse because I'm representing somebody that has a pretty heavy allegation that's on the news, right?
And building off of that, there's been times where Jatin and I have been at like a function or an event, and somebody will be, oh, what area of law do you practice? Oh, we do criminal defense. Oh, how do you defend these criminals? So I'm not defending what they did, their actions, their conduct.
Defending their rights.
I'm defending their rights, their right to counsel, right to trial.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not defending what they did. At the end of the day, if the evidence is all there, I'll advise them to maybe dispose of their matters and put in a guilty plea.
Plead guilty.
But if I see there's issues where these are triable matters, then we'll send it to trial. It all depends on case by case.
Yeah, I hate when people say that. The first thing I always tell them is, oh, how do you defend criminals, or how do you do that stuff? I'm like, look, let's just say you were wrongfully charged. Would you not want a good lawyer on your side? Exactly. At that point, would you be saying the same thing to me? Yeah. Or would you say, I need your help, please get me out of this? Yeah. Right? So I think people don't look at that perspective of it. They think more just like, oh, you guys defend criminals and get people off of something they actually did. Like, that's not how it really works, I would say. But, a lot of people misconceive how our criminal justice system is, and that's how it is. People see TV, they see the news more than anything, and obviously the media isn't the most straightforward with things either, so.
Oh, yeah.
I think one of the biggest things my dad's always said is you got to enjoy what you do, right? Otherwise, you're just going to be miserable. Like, if you don't enjoy your work, first of all, you're not going to be good at it. You won't want to be good at it. You just won't care about it. But then, like, day to day, you're just going to hate your life.
Yeah.
Right?
So we chose our own path. We chose to become lawyers, one, and then two, in crime.
Mm-hmm. And every day, all we want to do is get better, defend our clients the best that we can, and when we get positive outcomes, it's great. Yeah.
Advice for article students. Imposter syndrome will hit. Stick with it. Don't give up. Don't quit. I know people who have just dropped out during their articles because they just couldn't do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So stick with it. Mm-hmm. It gets better.
Connect with your peers, and I think the biggest thing that there was one student, I'm not going to name her, but she actually made a group chat of all the articling students in criminal law, and actually included me. I was already a lawyer, but she included a few other lawyers that were just called, just so anybody that has a question or, we're at the courthouse, come down and grab a coffee. Like, so at least we have somebody. Otherwise, a lot of students will go to court. They're like kind of, they're timid. Yeah. They don't, like, even with other lawyers, they're timid. They don't want to talk to anybody. They'll go sit in the corner in the cafeteria. Whereas what this girl did is she brought everybody together. If we're in court, they'll always text at 12 o'clock, hey, whoever's here, come down, let's grab lunch, let's grab a coffee. Mm-hmm. We'll all sit together. If anybody has questions, ideas, bounce them off each other. I don't think enough students do that, and I don't think, I feel like students are very timid, especially when they go to court. They don't want to say anything, do anything. They do their matter and they get out. Whereas the courthouse is actually a pretty good place to network as a student, right? Yeah. You can meet a lot of people, talk to a lot of people.
I got lucky, and it's because of her that we were both in that chat. I was sitting in docket court just waiting for my appearance, and I was gonna tap on the shoulder, and I turned around, I was like, hello, who are you? And she's like, oh, I'm an article student. Are you an article student? I'm like, yes, I am. She's like, we have this group chat, and she's from U of A, and there is a little bit of a stigma that U of A kids may hate internationally trained lawyers.
Oh, really?
There is that stigma.
I think there is, but I don't
know. I've seen it first.
I'm sure you've seen it. Or U of A lawyers or U of A law school graduates think they're better than the internationally trained one. Ego thing. Just because U of A. Yeah. Not to shit on U of A, but so she's just like, oh yeah, I'm an article student as well. We have this group chat, and I think it was only like 12 or 13 article students at that time. Yeah. It's 30 now, we capped it because it's just getting out of hand. So we capped it at 30. So I was one of the first to join it, and I've learned so much through that group chat. Mm-hmm. It's insane. Then I got Jatin added to it as well. Yeah. But in that one, it's just like all courtroom stuff. So it's like, oh, who's in courtroom 265? Oh, can you help me with an agency? I gotta run to the office. Oh, where are you right now? Okay, this courtroom's bumping.
We've gone nights out.
We've got nights out on boys game watch parties together, like that whole group.
And it's nice. Like, you go to the courthouse, you're going to see at least one of those 30. So it's a familiar face. It's like, hey, you're done your matters. Let's grab a coffee.
Yeah.
You want to grab lunch? Today we went with 2 of the guys for Taste of Edmonton, walked around. Like,
2 of the lawyers from that group chat that we met through that group chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and same with Sign. Sign chatting. I don't know him because of the
group
chat.
Yeah. So kind of tying back into what you asked, that's what I would encourage students to do is get out there. Network with your peers, other students, right? Because you guys are in the same boat. You're in it together. They're getting stuff dumped on them the same way you are. You're getting thrown in the deep end the same way, that they are. So at least, when you're in it together with somebody else, it gives you a sense of comfort at that point, right?
Sometimes you don't want to take these little questions and ask your principal for everything because then they might get annoyed.
Well, a lot of the time your principal's not available. Lawyers are busy, right?
Lawyers are busy, so sometimes you might want to reach out to an article student friend, which we literally did today.
Yeah.
We were at Taste of Edmonton and we were talking about a case, and we told my article student buddy, like, hey, look, we're drafting a charter application on this, and this. What do you think? And then, you know what? Let me get back to the office. I'll send you a precedent. I'll redact.
You sent me 4 emails with things.
Yeah, so you redact all the personal information.
Yeah.
And then sent us the main, the law part of it. And just emailed it over to us. And that helps out so much. Where I don't have to go running after senior counsel and bugging them for assistance.
I remember when I was a legal assistant, I had another guy at my firm that was a legal assistant. This when I was in family law.
Yeah.
But it was literally, we used to say it's the 2 of us against the lawyers.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So,
it's kind of like nurses and doctors.
Yeah, exactly.
Same idea. Yeah. You know, that's actually a really good way to
So the lawyers would leave, it'd be me and him at the front. We're like, we're the bosses now.
Honestly, another piece of advice for somebody looking for articles that you can't find articles, become a legal assistant first. It'll actually help you because I did legal assistant work for 5 months.
Yeah.
And then when I jumped into articles, I was so comfortable because I'd already been doing it for 5 months.
Yeah.
But now I'm doing a little bit more advanced stuff, like going to court and whatnot. But I already have a basic understanding.
Most of the people I know actually did that. Like, Suma did that, Neha did that, I did that, Harbina did that, you did that.
Yeah.
Dodger did that.
You're already doing it.
Yeah, you've already got experience, which it looks great on your resume, right? So even when you are going for articling, people are like, you know what, at least you know how to work in a law firm. You know how legal billing works. You know how to talk to clients, other lawyers.
Yeah.
Because that's stuff that lawyers don't like to teach. Like, they expect people to come with it, I'll be honest.
I feel like Jatin was my principal. Genuinely. Because we were hand in hand. Our principal, she's mainly in family, so she's barely on the crim side of things. She'd hear stories and stuff, or we'd ask her certain things, cross-examination or whatever. Yeah. But day to day, it's just him and I.
We learned a lot of things together, quite honestly, Yeah,
because I'd be in court, I'd hear one of the lawyers talking, and Justin's in a different courtroom, and he was just like, oh yeah, designation of counsel, DOC, warrant to hold. And I was like, what? What's a warrant to hold? Right? So,
I still remember the first time I heard warrant to hold, I thought my client had a warrant out, and I'm like, I screwed this up so bad, my principal's going to kill me.
Yeah, because the criminal lingo
is
so different.
It's so different.
Oh, really?
Like if I said to you, do you have a DOC for that file?
Or no, let's just
say DOC, that means there's going to be a warrant to hold.
If I say this person has 3 informations before the court, it literally just means he has 3 files before the court. Oh. But they say information number, right?
There's a certain slang you can say, right?
So because if I tell Delta it's on the DOC, there's a warrant to hold on that file.
Yeah.
A normal person goes, what the hell does that mean?
What are you guys talking about?
Right? But a designation of counsel form, for your knowledge, is a form where if somebody's charges are proceeding on indictment, you have to have a form signed by the accused. Otherwise, the accused has to show up in person every time. Oh. And if that form isn't filed, then there's a warrant on hold. So warrant to hold.
Warrant to hold.
Until form is filed.
Okay.
It's funny. I had a client today. I had a client meeting in the morning. Yeah. That's the first question he asked me, and I was surprised he knew. He's like, "Hey, do I have to sign that form that allows you to represent me in court?" I'm like, "A designation?" He's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "How do you know about it?" He's like, "I have a lot of friends that have gone through this, so I kind of know about it." I'm like,
exactly.
Yeah. I'm like, that's the first question you asked. I'm like, no client has ever asked me that, but good on you for knowing what it is. Yeah. I'm like, But I'm like, no, you don't have to. You're on summary, so.